must be a business case for you to merge. And basically, this M&A allowance is sort of to defray you for these service fees and incidentals that you will have to incur. By itself, I don't think people will be pushed towards mergers and acquisition, just as the child relief. Just because you get a 20,000 tax rebate doesn't make people more prone to having another kid.
Yeah, true. It's all about it's all about incentives. I think economists always feel that there should be incentives to encourage people to perform certain activities, to encourage business. There should be incentives to have companies take up certain endeavors, expand their businesses and grow and so on. And incentives are actually visible in Singapore. You have incentives to encourage people to get married, to give birth. Even when children go to school, they are incentivized by bursaries and scholarships and even the EduSave grants and what have you. And then when they get a job, of course they're encouraged to get married. You get the spouse relief now. Both husband and wife can claim that benefit. You want to buy your first HDB flat, you get a grant and what have you. It's all about incentives. And this year we didn't see many incentives. For example, as Yiluk mentioned, some ministers have mentioned that this is a tiger year. Procreation might be affected, but Yiluk is saying that that's not necessarily the case, right? Regardless of the incentive, you might not be encouraged to have babies and what have you. Are there any other goodies that the man in the street would have been looking forward to and did not get, for example? Okay.
Well, I think the big assumption for the taxpayers was the $2,000 rebate. Everyone thought that the minister will still maintain the $2,000 rebate, and that was not to be. So that was really something that the taxpayers expected and was not given. Other than that, I think we know that our system actually has become very efficient. And I always warn my accounting colleagues that let's not push the minister to make it so simple, because when the things become so simple, I will lose a job, you will lose some fees.
Simon, any comments or remarks?
I think for sure the men in the street were disappointed about this, continuation of this 20% rebate, and also, they are probably also not probably disappointed about the no change in the personal tax rates. But to make up for this, not forgetting we have the income ceiling, which is removed totally for claiming of handicap relief. So that's probably more, there will be a welcome relief for families of the handicapped who now are not constrained by this claiming of this relief, just because the handicap happens to be working. And of course, the parent relief has been enhanced, the course fees have been enhanced. So this probably more than make up for the lack of goodies.
That's a good point. So I think we should all attend more CP courses and sign up for programs, rolled up by ICPAS. Any final questions? Because I think we have, I see the timekeeper, Mandy over there telling me we have 5 more minutes. Any more questions? Any frequent, maybe I ask you a question. How many of you are frequent flyers? Just a show of hands. How many of you travel at least once a quarter, 4 times a year? Take a plane and come back to Singapore? Yes. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Great. Anybody want to ask this question? Why was the wine and beer allowance increased by 2? If you don't buy hard liquor, you can buy an extra bottle of wine or an extra bottle of beer. Any revelation from the panelists here? Any insight?
Well, I think the government realizes that over time people move away from hard liquor to wine, and because of the requirement now, you can only take 1 bottle of wine in. So as a result, the takings of the duty-free are falling. So as the takings of duty-free are falling, the rental that the airports get will also fall. So they have to make up for it and encourage you to buy more. Yes.
Sounds logical. Yeah, very good. Very good. If there are no questions, I think that was a fitting end to our panel session here. I'd now like to hand over the mic to Winston and his team. Winston, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ram, for moderating that very entertaining and interactive discussion. Thank you also once again to all panelists for the insightful sharing, for spending precious time this afternoon to share with us their invaluable knowledge. And I now invite Dr. Ernest Khan on stage to present tokens of appreciation to all distinguished panelists. Dr. Khan, please. All panelists, please remain on stage after you receive your tokens for a group photo. First up, we have Mr. Ramchand Jagtiani. Second token goes to Associate Professor Simon Poh. Next, we have Ms. Anna Chan. Fourth token goes to Mr. P.K. Basu. Last but not least, a big round of applause for Mr. Sami Loh. Let us now proceed to have a group photo taken with Dr. Khan. Thank you, Dr. Khan, and thank you once again to all panelists for your contribution and support to this afternoon's seminar. Round of applause again for them. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of today's seminar. We have prepared some refreshments for everyone just outside the auditorium at room 701. Can I now invite Dr. Khan and all our distinguished guests to proceed to the invited guest reception area for their refreshments as well. Ushers, if you don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to complete your feedback form and hand it to any of our staff members.